One of the issues is with Word is that often there's a lot going in the background that we can't see. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a deep dive into the background of Word, and we're going to have a look at the formatting, where it's coming from, and we can see exactly what is going on. And I'm not talking about the show hide that probably most of us are using on the ribbon. I'm talking about getting right into the bones of Word. So here's a document I'm working on, and I want to have a look at the styles area. So I'll show you where the styles area is on the ribbon. I've talked about it before. It's a very handy option, and it sits here. There we go. But the part of the box I want to go to is not that bit. I want to go to the corner here with the little arrow in the dialog box launcher. So we're going to click on that little dialog box launcher, and that's going to bring up on the right hand side details of all my styles. So remember, if you're not familiar with styles, everything in Word is based on the normal style, and a style is just a set of formats that are put together that you can use regularly. Now we're going to go into this in a bit more detail. So what we want to do is click on the button down the bottom with there's down the bottom there's 3 A's, and the middle one has what looks like a magnifying glass, so that's where we want to go. So let's click on the magnifying glass, and that's going to bring up the style inspector. Now we're going to go one more step. Within the style inspector there's another button with a little eye on it, and we're going to click on that, and what that's going to do is change the pane on the right hand side. So it's quite a lot of digging to get to this point, but we're now in the reveal formatting. Now if I click somewhere, so let's going to scroll up, I'm going to find a heading, and I click on a heading. So here's my heading. So I'm in the heading, I am, and it's telling me what's going on the right hand side. So let's have a look what it's telling me. So I've clicked in what I know as a heading, so it's telling me that this is the style that's being used, and on the right hand side I'm actually getting an in-depth lot of information. So it's telling me the font, the size, it's using 16, the colour, the language, what paragraph style I'm using, the fact that the alignment is left, and if I just scroll down a bit further, there's quite a lot, whether there's an indent set, whether there's spacing set, whether there's line break set. So I can see everything about that style. Now let's just find another style. So I'm going to scroll down a bit, click on another bit of text. So this bit of text is using the indent style. So again, if I go over to the right, I can see it's using Calibri 11 point, it's an italic style, and I can see there the what parts are part of the paragraph and what parts are to do with the font. So when you create something in Word, it separates the text formatting, if you like, from the paragraph formatting. So that's why you tend to get them listed separately. Okay, but the bit I find really useful is because sometimes let's find the normal style. So I'm going to click somewhere else, and this is the normal style, this one. So I can see here what the normal style is. It's using Calibri. Now this is a good thing because sometimes when we are using an old document, you might find that the in the background of the document, it keeps coming up Times New Roman. So what this would do would tell me if that's coming from the style or whether there's been something added that's causing it to keep going back to Times New Roman or being Calibri. So I can see what's going on here. Now what I'm also going to do is I'm going to choose down the bottom, I'm going to go distinguish style source. So if I just click on this button, there's 2 tick boxes here, one in options, click on distinguish. So what I can see now is where the information is coming from. So I can see that the font and the 11 size are coming from the normal style. That's coming from normal. and if I scroll down, I can see that the paragraph is holding the alignment, the indent, the spacing. Scroll down a little bit further and I can see that the direct formatting, so the direct formatting is formatting the style's there, but then you've added on extra stuff. So sometimes you're not aware of that. So the normal formatting is everything that comes with it, but on top of that someone has added an indent, they've added spacing, and that will show up there, so I can see where they've added that. I can. So it allows me, so for instance I know that they've added an indentation that isn't part of the style, so I know if I wanted to solve that I could just go up to the paragraph. So let's have a look. We'll go into the paragraph settings up here, and there we go. So there's the indent that it refers to. Oh, well, let me go into both at the same time, but that it referred to in the style inspector. So you begin to see where the information is coming from. If it's a problem with the style itself, so here it says from paragraph style, the alignment's left, and maybe there was something I needed to change in the actual style, I know I could go up to the style and change it. So let's pick out the indent style, because I don't like changing the normal style, mainly because think of the normal style as setting that it's the basis for everything. So everything that is starts off with normal, if you change the normal style, it will change everything that uses that style. So we're going to click in this one, so we're looking at the indent style now. So let's do, we've got this already ticked, is the distinguish style source, and there's no direct formatting. Let's just have a go at adding some direct formatting. So I'm just going to highlight some text, and I think I'm just going to pop in a little indent there. It is right. So let's go and have a look, see what it's picked up. So now if we look on the right hand side, the reveal formatting, it's got direct formatting, indentation 2.54. So that isn't part of the indent style. That direct formatting is just related to that selection. Let's take that off. So I'm just going to take it back. Okay, it is right. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change that actually in the indent style itself. So let's go to the top, right click and modify. We're going to go down to format, and we're going to go up to paragraph, and then what we can do is let's increase the indent. So at the moment there's a 1.27 hanging indent and a left indent. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to increase the hanging indent to 2. Actually, let's increase the left indent to 2 and the hanging indent to 2.5. 3. Right, choose OK. Choose OK. So what that's done, that's increased it for the style. It's not done it for the direct formatting. So if we scroll down there, there's nothing in there about direct formatting, but that means everything that uses the indent style will pick up on that. So by opening the style inspector and by going into the reveal formatting, I can see where exactly what style is being used, and if you just click on a part of the document, it will change to reveal the styles for that part of the document, and I can see what style is being used and where each bit of formatting is coming from. So this is a really good way of kind of getting into the way Word is working. Now you don't necessarily need to do anything in here. We're not changing it, we're just trying to problem solve. So if we needed to, when we've worked out where the problem is, we can then change the style, or we can go back and change the paragraph formatting back to what it was. But we are able to look at other people's documents and we're able to problem solve. Okay, so I'm just going to close down the style inspector. I'm going to close down the reveal formatting, close down the styles, and there we go. So just to recap, to get into that area, it was a little bit fiddly to find. We just clicked on that little box there. we went down to the bottom, we clicked on the style inspector, and then to get all the full picture up, we clicked on reveal formatting, and that is going to give us the full picture of what is going on behind the scenes. Hope you found this useful. Obviously, if you want to try this out, I would always save a copy of the document. Always good to work off a copy and just test it, but I think it certainly reveals some of what's going on in the background. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and love to hear your comments on what you think about this.